Good morning, students. Nowadays, we are studying the lesson The Rat Trap from your Flamingo book. And in our previous video, we had known that how the vagabond stole the money from the crofter, and he went into the forest, and the forest was confusing and he lost there. He did not get the way to come out from there, and then he heard the sound of hammers, and he went there. He found their Ramjo iron works, and he entered into the forge, and his rags were wet, and he was tired. He wanted shelter for night. So he took permission by the from the master smith, and he stand there with before the furnace. And after that, we know that iron master, the owner of that Ramjo iron works, he came there for his night round or inspection, and he used to come there for daytime or night time for the inspection, because he was the owner of the factory. And when he came there, he noticed that stranger was there. So he walked close to him, and he looked over him very carefully. And then he was surprised, and that he recognized that person, and he said his name. He said that you are Neil Olof, and how do you look? And he was so surprised by looking him, and he thought that he was his friend. And now, what happened after that, we will see in the next paragraph. So, move on the next paragraph. The man with the rat trap had never before seen the Iron Master at Ramjo, and did not even know what his name was. But it occurred to him that if the fine gentleman thought he was an old acquaintance, he might perhaps throw him a couple of kroner. Therefore, he did not want to undeceive him all at once. The man with rat trap had never before seen the Iron Master. He had never seen before the Iron Master at Ramjo Iron Works, and did not even know what his name was. He did not know his name. Who was he? And but it occurred to him that if the fine gentleman thought, and he was thinking that if this gentleman, or this owner of the Ramjo Iron Works, the Iron Master, if he thought that that vagabond was an old acquaintance means the familiar, the well known, and if he was saying that he was his old acquaintance, so perhaps throw him a couple of kroner. So he thought that he would give him some kroner, some money. And the peddler realized that the Iron Master was making a mistake. He realized that he was making a mistake, but he did not correct him. Why? Because he was in the hope that he might give him some money. So he did not correct him that no, I am not Neil Soloff, I am not your friend. So he did not correct him, while he knew that he was doing mistake. Therefore, he did not want to undeceive him all at once. And this is the another bait he got. Yes, God knows things have gone downhill with me, he said. And he said to the Iron Master that God knows the things have gone downhill, and very bad. Downhill means the fall in fortune in his life. So you should not have resigned from regiment, said the Iron Master. That was the mistake. If only I had still been in the service at that time, it never would have happened. And Iron Master was thinking that he was his regimental comrade, regimental friend, because they were in the army, in the regiment. And he thought that he was his friend. And Iron Master said that you should not have resigned from the regiment. You should not have the resigned from, because Neil Olof resigned from the regiment. And that was your mistake, he said. And if only I had still been in the service. Iron Master said, if only I had been still in the service at that time, so he would not allow to do this type of things, and he would not permit him to resign from there. Well, now of course you will come home with me. And then he said, Iron Master said that, come with me to my home, to go along up to the manor house and be received by the honor like an old regimental comrade. That, however, did not please the tramp. And to go to the manor house means the Iron Master's house, a big house, and be received by the honor of that house. And it is like then an old regimental comrade, because he was mistaking. And he thought that he was his regimental comrade. And this did not please the tramp was not happy to see it. That vagabond, that peddler was not happy. Why? No, I could not think of it, he said, looking quite alarmed. Now he was alarmed, and he was thinking that no, I could not think of it. I could not go with you. He thought of the 30 kroner. To go up to the manor house would be like throwing himself voluntarily into the lion's den. And he was thinking that it is not good to go with that person, with that man. And he had 30 kroners of that crofter. And to go the manor house, it would be like the throwing himself in voluntarily into the lion's den, lion's cave. So he did not want to go with the Iron Masters to his house, as he feared that he might detect it. And what happened then if he detected? So he did not go with him. But he did not correct the Iron Master that I am not your friend. He did not say it. um, and he only wanted a chance to sleep here in the forge, and then sneak away as inconspicuously as possible. And he only wanted a chance to sleep in the forge, and in the morning, in the next day, in inconspicuously means without being noticed. Without being noticed, he would go away from there. The Iron Master assumed that he felt embarrassed because of his miserable clothing. And Iron Master thought that he is feeling embarrassed because he had not fine clothes, and he had miserable clothing of rags. So he was shying, he was embarrassing. So he said that, please don't think that I have such a fine home, that you cannot show yourself there, he said. He said that, don't embarrass on yourself, and don't think that I have a fine home and you have not fine clothes, and you cannot show yourself there. He said, Elizabeth is dead, as you may already have heard, because he was taking him as his friend. So he said that Elizabeth, who was Elizabeth? Elizabeth was his Iron Master's wife. So he said that Elizabeth is dead, and as you may already heard, that his friend already knew that Elizabeth was dead, and my boys are abroad. And he said that my boys went abroad, and there is no one at home except my oldest daughter and myself. only they two, his elder daughter and he, only they live there. So we were just saying that it was too bad we did not have any company for Christmas. And the Iron Master said that they were feeling bad that they had not any company or any companion, any guest for the Christmas. Now come along with me and help us make the Christmas food disappear little faster. And he invited that vagabond, that peddler, to his home. And he thought that he was his friend, and he invited him into his house and into the in the festival of Christmas. He said that come with me in my home and we will enjoy, and we will celebrate the Christmas festivals. Okay. And the next paragraph, um, but the stranger said no and again no, and Iron Master saw that he must give in. And he tried many time, and he tried hard to invite to take that man with him into his house, but the stranger said no and again no. He did not want to go with him, because he know that he feared that he might detected in the morning. So he said no. And Iron Master saw that he must give in. Give in means to surrender. Um, it looks as though Captain Von Stale preferred to stay with you tonight, Sanjay Storm, he said. So he said to the blacksmith, to master blacksmith, that I thought it looks as though Captain Von Stale, Captain Von Stale, who is Captain Von Stale, referred to that vagabond, Neil Olaf. So he prepared to stay with you, and it is the name of Master Smith, uh, St. John Storm. So he said to the master blacksmith and turned on his heel. And he turned on his heel and he said that this person, this my friend, wanted to leave, wanted to stay with you tonight. But he laughed to himself as he went away, and the blacksmith, who knew him, understood very well that he had not said his last word. And he laughed on himself, and he went away. The Iron Master went away, and blacksmith, who knew him, the blacksmith, the master smith, who was there, he knew him, and he understood very well him, and he understood that he had not said his last word. He had not surrendered. He had not given. Something will happen after that, he thought. Okay, and now there are three questions here. What made the peddler think that he had indeed fallen into the rat trap? And why did the Iron Master speak kindly to the peddler and invite him home? And why did the peddler decline the invitation? He said no to the invitation. He denied the invitation. What was the reason? So these are three questions, and it is your homework today. Okay, so this is your homework. And next, uh, it was not more than half an hour before they heard the sound of carriage wheels outside the forge, and a new guest came in, but this time it was not the Iron Master. And it was not more than half an hour before they heard a sound of carriage wheel, vehicle. They heard a sound of vehicle there, and a new guest came in. New guest came in, but this time it was not the Iron Master. He had sent his daughter. Iron Master said, so you can see here when the blacksmith had understood that he had not said his last word. He understood that. Okay, and he did not surrender. So it is proving here, because he had Iron Master has sent his daughter then, apparently hoping that she would have better powers of persuasion than he himself. And he thought that his daughter had a better power of to convince the people. To convince the people, she has better ability. The Iron Master thought that his daughter has better ability to convince the people than he himself. So he had sent his daughter there. She entered, followed by a valet carrying on his arm a big fur coat. She was not at all pretty, but seemed modest and quite shy. And she entered in the forge, and followed by a valet. A valet was following her. A valet means an attendant, means a servant. A servant was behind her, and he was carrying a big fur coat with him, a big fur coat, and she was not at all pretty. She was not at all pretty. Pretty means attractive or beautiful. So she was not very beautiful. She was not at all pretty, but seemed modest and quite shy. Modest means gentle, and she was looking gentle and quite shy type. uh, in the forge, everything was just as it had been earlier in the evening. And everything was just as been earlier in the evening. The master blacksmith and his apprentice means his trainee, his helper. They were there, still sat on their benches, and iron and charcoal still glowed in the furnace. The whole scene, the situation was same like that. The stranger had stretched himself out on the floor, and the stranger spread out on the floor, and he lay there with a piece of pig iron under his head as a pillow. So as a pillow, he had taken a pig iron piece of pig iron under his head as a pillow, and his hat pulled down over his eyes, and he pulled down his hat over his eyes. As soon as the young girl caught sight of him, as soon as the young girl, the daughter of that Iron Master, saw him, she went up and lifted his hat. She lifted his head. The man was evidently used to sleeping with one eye open, and he evidently he used to sleeping. It was his habit that he sleep with one eye open. With one eye open means not in a very deep sleep. He he jumped up abruptly and seemed to be quite frightened. And when he saw there was a girl, and she lifted his hat. So he jumped up suddenly, abruptly, quickly, and seemed to be quite frightened. He was seemed to be quite frightened. He was frightened that what happened. Uh, and My name is Adla Wilminson, said the young girl. And young girl said that my name is Adla Wilminson. And my father came home and said that you wanted to sleep here in the forge tonight. And then I asked permission to come and bring you home to us. And she said to that stranger, to that tramp, to that vagabond, to that the peddler, that my name is Adla Wilmanson, and my father means the Iron Master, came home and said that you wanted to sleep here, and you are his old friend, and you said that you wanted to sleep here. And then I asked permission from my father, and I come here and bring you home to us. And she said that she came there to take that person with her. I am so sorry, Captain, that you are having such a hard time, she said. She said that I am very sorry on your condition, and that you are having such a bad time, such a hard time. You had not money, so she was sorry for him and his condition. She looked at him compassionately with her heavy eyes, and then she noticed that the man was afraid. And then she compassionately she looked at him, and with her heavy eyes, and then she noticed that that man was afraid, that man was frightening. Either he has stolen something, or else he has escaped from jail, she thought that either it may be possible that he had stolen something, and he has escaped from jail, so he was frightening. She thought everything, and she thought and added quickly, you may be sure, captain, that you will be allowed to leave us just as freely as you came. And she added quickly, she said to him, that you may be sure, captain, that we will allow you to leave just when you wanted to leave, as freely as you came. Only please stay with us over Christmas Eve. And we want that only stay with us only for the Christmas evening, on the Christmas Eve. And you are free. Mm, if you wanted to go, so you may go. So she said like this. And now it is the end of today's paragraph, and now it is the time of Hindi summary. Okay. तो हमने इसमें पढ़ लिया था कि किस तरह से जो ट्रैम्प है, जो पैडलर है, वो उस फौज में जाता है अपनी रात बिताने के लिए। और बाहर ठंड भी लग रही है, दिसंबर का महीना है, अपने आप को गर्म करने के लिए भट्टी के पास जाकर के खड़ा हो जाता है। और तभी वहाँ आयरन मास्टर, जो उस फैक्ट्री का, उस मिल का मालिक है, वो आता है, वो उसको देखता है, उसको मिस्टेक करता है, मिसअंडरस्टूड करता है, उसको गलत तरीके से पहचानता है। वो सोचता है ये मेरा रेजिमेंटल कॉमरेड है। रेजिमेंटल कॉमरेड माने उसके रेजिमेंट का साथी है, रेजिमेंट का दोस्त है। रेजिमेंट माने वो आर्मी में रह चुके हैं पहले दोनों, और वो उसको मिस जज करता है। नील सोलोफ कहता है उसको, और सरप्राइज होता है उसकी कंडीशन को देख करके। और जो आदमी जो रेड ट्रैप लिए हुए है, वो उस व्यक्ति को पहली बार देखता है, उसको नहीं पता कि ये व्यक्ति कौन है। ये जो आयरन मास्टर है उसको नहीं पहचानता है, और उसको पता है कि आयरन मास्टर गलती कर रहा है, उसको मिस जज कर रहा है, उसको पहचानने में गलती कर रहा है, क्योंकि वो उसका फ्रेंड है ही नहीं, उसने उसको कभी देखा ही नहीं, उसका रेजिमेंटल कॉमरेड नहीं है वो। लेकिन फिर भी वो उसको करेक्ट नहीं करता, आयरन मास्टर को करेक्ट नहीं करता, उसको ये नहीं बताता कि नहीं नहीं मैं आपका फ्रेंड नहीं हूँ, आप गलती कर रहे हैं मुझे पहचानने में। वो उसके अंदर फिर लालच आ जाता है। वो फिर ये सोचता है कि अगर ये व्यक्ति मुझको मिस जज कर ही रहा है, मुझको अपना एक्वेंटेंस समझ रहा है, अपना पुराना परिचित समझ रहा है, तो समझने दो, हो सकता है कुछ क्रॉनर ही दे दे मुझे मेरी कंडीशन को देख करके। इसीलिए वो चुप रहा, उसने ये नहीं कहा, उसने खाली ये कहा कि भगवान जानता है कि मेरी परिस्थितियाँ कितनी डाउन हिल गई हैं, कितनी ख़राब हुई हैं, और मेरी किस्मत है, मेरी किस्मत ख़राब हुई है, बैड फॉर्चून मेरा है, भाग्य ने साथ नहीं दिया है, इस तरह की बातें वो कर रहा था। तो आयरन मास्टर फिर कहते हैं कि तुम्हें रेजिमेंट से रिज़ाइन नहीं करना चाहिए था। वो जिस व्यक्ति को समझ रहा है उसने रेजिमेंट से रिज़ाइन किया है। वो कहता है तुम्हें रेजिमेंट से रिज़ाइन नहीं करना चाहिए था, और यदि उस समय मैं वहाँ होता, सर्विस में यदि मैं होता, तो मैं तुमको रिज़ाइन नहीं करने देता, तुमको वहाँ से नहीं जाने देता, और तुम्हारी कंडीशन ऐसी ख़राब नहीं होती। लेकिन अब मेरे साथ मेरे घर चलो। आयरन मास्टर उसको अपने घर ले जाना चाहता है। अब ट्रैम्प सोचता है, जो पैडलर है वो ये सोचता है कि मैं अब इनके घर जाऊंगा, और इनके रेजिमेंटल कॉमरेड के नाते मैं इनके घर जाऊंगा। तो ये बात उसको डरने लगा। फिर वो खुश नहीं हुआ इस समझ करके, इस सोच करके, क्योंकि उसके पास 30 क्रॉनर हैं जो उसने चुराए हुए हैं, उनके बारे में सोच रहा है कि कहीं ये ना छीन लिए जाए। और वो फिर ये भी डर रहा है कि अगर वो पकड़ा गया अगर उसको पहचान लिया गया कि वास्तव में मैं वो नहीं हूँ, तब क्या होगा? तब कहीं मुझे और पनिशमेंट ना मिले, इसलिए वो डर रहा है और वो कह रहा है कि नहीं नहीं, मैं नहीं जाऊँगा, मैं आपके साथ नहीं जाऊँगा। वो अलार्म हो गया, सचेत हो गया। और वो ये सोचता है कि ये तो इसी तरह से है वहाँ जाना, जैसे कि खुद को स्वयं अपनी इच्छा से खुद को लॉयन की केव में डालना है, शेर की गुफा में जाना है, इसलिए वो नहीं जाएगा। और वो मना कर देता है कि नहीं, मैं आपके साथ नहीं जाऊंगा। आयरन मास्टर सोचते हैं कि शायद ये एम्बेरस फील कर रहा है, इसके पास अच्छे कपड़े नहीं हैं, इसलिए ये मना कर रहा है जाने से। तो वो कहता है कि नहीं नहीं, तुम ऐसा मत सोचो अपने बारे में कि तुम ऐसे हो, या मेरे पास बहुत अच्छा घर है, या तुम वहाँ अपने आप को कैसे दिखाओगे, ये मत सोचो, क्योंकि मेरी पत्नी एलिजाबेथ है, उसकी तो पहले ही डेथ हो चुकी है, तुम जानते ही हो। वो रेजिमेंट में जब थे तो तभी से उसको पता है, जिसको वो समझ रहा है नील लोलोफ, कि उनको उसको पता है कि इसकी पत्नी की तभी डेथ हो गई थी। तो वो कहता है कि मेरी पत्नी की तो पहले ही डेथ हो गई है, तुम समझ सुन ही चुके हो, और मेरे जो लड़के हैं वो सब विदेश में हैं, अलग जॉब करते हैं, और मैं केवल अपनी बड़ी बेटी के साथ वहाँ रहता हूँ, मेरी बड़ी बेटी मेरे साथ रहती है, हम दो ही रहते हैं केवल। और इसलिए तुमको कुछ शर्माने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, हमारे साथ चलो। और हमारे पास इस समय कोई क्रिसमस पर कोई गेस्ट भी नहीं है, कोई कंपनी नहीं है, तो हम चाहते हैं कि कंपनी हमें मिले क्रिसमस पर, तो हमारे साथ चलो और क्रिसमस का एंजॉय करो। लेकिन वो स्ट्रेंजर नहीं कहता है, वो बार बार नहीं कह रहा है, नो एंड अगेन नो। वो बार बार मना करता है, क्योंकि वो सोचता है कि शायद मैं फंस जाऊंगा वहाँ जा कर के, पहचान लिया जाऊंगा तो फिर क्या होगा। तो इसलिए वो मना करता है। और फिर आयरन मास्टर ऐसा लगता है कि उसने शायद सरेंडर कर दिया है, और वो ये ब्लैक स्मिथ जो है, मास्टर स्मिथ, उसको ये बोल के जाता है कि शायद ये जो कैप्टन है वॉन स्टेल, ये आप ही के साथ रहना ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं आज की रात को। और वो फिर वहाँ से जाने लगता है, लेकिन जाते समय मुस्कुराता है, हंसता है। और इस हंसी के पीछे आयरन वो ब्लैक स्मिथ समझ जाता है कि कुछ न कुछ कारण जरूर है। ये लास्ट वर्ड नहीं है इसके, आयरन मास्टर के। ये अभी इसने सरेंडर नहीं किया है, इसका मतलब कुछ और सोच लिया है कि कैसे उसको मनाएगा। और फिर वो वहाँ से चला जाता है। और उसके आधे घंटे के बाद फिर एक गाड़ी की आवाज़ बाहर आती है, फौज के बाहर एक गाड़ी आती है, और अब की बार एक नया गेस्ट आया है। ये गेस्ट कौन है? ये आयरन मास्टर की बेटी है। अब की बार वो आई है, और इस उम्मीद से कि वो अपने साथ ले जाएगी, और आयरन मास्टर ने उसको इसीलिए भेजा है क्योंकि वो ये सोचता है कि उसकी बेटी के अंदर ज़्यादा एबिलिटी है किसी को मनाने की, किसी को कन्विंस करने की, किसी को परसुएशन करने की, उसके अंदर ज़्यादा एबिलिटी है, इसलिए उसने अपनी बेटी को भेजा। और उसकी बेटी जब अंदर आती है, और उसके साथ एक वैलेट भी है, उसका एक नौकर भी उसके साथ है, जो कि एक फर का कोट हाथ में लिए हुए है। हालांकि वो बहुत ज़्यादा सुंदर नहीं है, लेकिन वो बड़ी सज्जन है और बड़ी क्वाइट शाई टाइप की लग रही है। और जब फौज का सीन तो सब वैसा ही है जैसे पहले था, सब बैठे हुए हैं, एक एक करके उठ रहे हैं, उसको स्टीयर कर रहे हैं, और आग के पास सब लेटे, कोई लेटा है, कोई बैठा है। तो जब वो अंदर आती है तो जो स्ट्रेंजर है, जो ट्रैम्प है, वो वहाँ लेटा हुआ है फर्श पर, उसने अपने सिर के नीचे एक पिग आयरन का टुकड़ा एज ए पिलो अपने सिर के नीचे रखा हुआ है, और सो लेटा हुआ है। अपने हैट उसने अपने सिर के ऊपर, मुंह के ऊपर कर रखा है, अपने आँखों के ऊपर। और वो लड़की जैसे ही उसको देखती है, वो समझ जाती है हाँ यही है, और फिर उसके हैट को ऊपर उठाती है। और हैट को जैसे ही वो उठाती है, अब वो जो मैन है, वो अक्सर उसकी आदत है कि वन आई ओपन करके सोना। वन आई ओपन करके सोने का मतलब है अलर्ट कंडीशन में सोना, बहुत ज़्यादा डीप नहीं सोना कि पता ही ना चले कि कौन क्या है। तो एकदम खड़ा हो जाता है, जंप अप, उठ जाता है अचानक, और देखता है, डर जाता है कि ये कौन है, और मुझे ये मेरे हैट को क्यों उठाया। वो लड़की तभी कहती है कि मेरा नाम एडला विल्मिंसन है, और मैं मेरे फादर जब घर आए तो उन्होंने मुझको भेजा है तुम्हें लेने के लिए, और इसीलिए मैं आई हूँ। मैंने उनसे परमिशन ली है यहाँ आने की, और मैं यहाँ आई। और मुझे दुख है इस बात का कि आप कैप्टन इतनी बुरी कंडीशन में हो, आपका समय बहुत ख़राब चल रहा है, हार्ड टाइम है आपका, और इसलिए मैं सॉरी फील करती हूँ, लेकिन मैं तुम्हें अपने साथ ले जाने आई। और वो हैवी आई से ये नोटिस करती है कि वो व्यक्ति डर रहा है। वो समझ जाती है अंदर अंदर कि या तो इस आदमी ने कहीं चोरी की है, या ये जेल से भागा है, तो कुछ न कुछ ऐसा है जिसके कारण ये इतना ज़्यादा डर रहा है। लेकिन फिर वो आगे कहती है कि कैप्टन, तुम इस बात से श्योर रहो कि हम तुमको हमेशा के लिए अपने घर नहीं रखेंगे। तुम्हें केवल हमारे साथ क्रिसमस ईव में रहना होगा, क्रिसमस का त्यौहार मनाने के लिए हमारे साथ रहना होगा। उसके बाद आप फ्री हो, आप चाहो तो जा सकते हो, और जैसे आए हो वैसे जा भी सकते हो, फ्री हो, हम तुम पर ज़बरदस्ती नहीं करेंगे। तो इस तरह की बातें वो उससे करती है। अब आगे वो तैयार होता है नहीं होता है जाने के लिए, ये तो आगे स्टोरी में ही पढ़ेंगे हम। और इस तरह से आज का लेसन यहाँ पर पूरा होता है। यहाँ पर कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं, ये 3 क्वेश्चंस मैं आपको यहीं से दे रहा हूँ आज। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, 2, 3, ये तीनों क्वेश्चन आपने आज करने हैं। दैट इज़ योर होमवर्क। ओके, सो इट इज़ द एंड ऑफ टुडेज स्टोरी।